Why have you changed things? Right, okay, good evening and welcome to the events committee meeting of the town council. Any apologies?
We've had apologies from the Conbid manager, Anissa McGladdery.
Okay, thank you. Can you put your microphone on?
I was asked to give the apologies for Kevin.
Okay, thank you. Declarations of interest. Any? No? Minutes of the last meeting. Anybody got anything on that? No. Thank you. Yeah, I'll second that. Public forum? No? Nobody here?
No.
Right, so we'll go through the up and coming events, starting with Halloween. If Nathan wants to give an update, please.
So for Halloween, the poster has now gone live on social media. We've put a sponsored post on it as well, just to get it about, and it has had nearly 200 shares, 200 comments, 200 likes, that sort of thing. We've got quite a lot going on. We've got the 2 free face painters. We've got a 25-foot climbing wall that'll be free. We've got a exotic zoo. They'll bring snakes, tortoises, baby meerkats, parrots, that sort of stuff. Who will be able to hold them and photos taken with them. We've got circus workshop and circus shows going on. We've got a massive Halloween market with over 30 stalls. We've got the fun fair, the Morris dancers, live music. We've got a bunny rabbit that will bounce around that's covered in blood, handing out Halloween goodies. And we've also got a predator robot that does a fire performance as well. So there's quite a bit going on the day. It's looking well so far. We've started a social media campaign today where it's what's going on. So it'll be focused on one thing every couple of days. So the one that went out today was the climbing wall, and it'll get shared on obviously all the local groups, and it goes out on the Town Council events page. But the full schedule will go out in about a week's time, so everyone knows timings and locations. But yeah, that's about it for Halloween. Yeah, so we've done the colouring competition that's gone out to the schools. It'll get picked up week commencing the 17th, and then it'll get displayed in the library like it normally does. And we'll be doing a fancy dress competition like we normally do as well. Yeah.
Is the fancy dress just for children?
The fancy dress will be for both adults and children.
Can any of the colouring competition entrants be displayed in the market? I think that's happened before where they've been displayed in both places.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
It'd just mean when obviously the judging takes place, they'll have to go to both and then decide who's first.
Yeah, sure, that's all right. Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask if we could put something in the market because it's good to liaise with them. And they often say that people don't actually go into the indoor market when we have an event. So I think it is important that we include them and have the colouring competition in there. Yeah, that's brilliant.
Thank you.
Can I just ask the climbing wall? So what did you say, 25 foot high?
Yeah, so it's 25 foot high and each wall face increasing difficulty.
Presumably either people are roped on or there is a very large cushion at the bottom.
Yeah.
So the climbing wall comes with the full equipment and all the trained staff. So no one will go on the wall without a harness, which will then be connected to the top on like a hoist. So once they get to the top, they'll then abseil back down. So they're all in full PPE. They'll be absolutely fine.
We've had it before, Howard, some years ago, and it was extremely popular. Don't know whether you remember.
No, but I've seen, I think it's, well, I'm assuming it's still there. There used to be one at Bowley camp, scout
Right.
camp,
Alice will know that.
which was in a tower, and again, they were roped. I think in that instance, when I saw it working, they were abseiling down rather than climbing up, but they could do
Right, yeah.
they could do
yeah,
both.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Alice.
I was just wondering where the wall's going to be situated.
So it will be located in Hartley Square.
Where's the market stall?
Yeah, so the market stalls will go in Parliament Street car park. We'll have Big Market Square, and there'll be 2 fun fair rides on there, just like Easter. And we'll have live music on there as well.
Okay. Thank you. Right, Remembrance Sunday, we were going to have somebody attending.
I am in. Can you hear me?
Lovely, lovely.
Oh, perfect. So do you want me to go over the how the day will run?
Do you want him to go through all the day we'll run?
Yes, please.
Ah, perfect. If I do cut off, Nathan, just give me a call on the mobile. Still having issues with Zoom. So we will meet at the Legion Club. They'll be open for refreshments from I think about 9:30. We will meet outside. Parade will form up at 10:15, and we will march off at 27 minutes past 10. One point that I need to raise, the MP and mayoral party have always led the parade from the front. However, they've always had issues with either walking too slow or getting under the feet of the marching troops behind. I was wondering if there's another way around this. We'll talk about that at the end anyway. So we will get to the War Memorial for roughly 10:45 to 10:50. And then we'll carry out the act of remembrance. It will be Hattie Nuttall and EB Band. Nathan, correct me if I'm making a mistake here. Hattie Nuttall will be doing the reveille, and then on the march back up, it will be the standard salute outside of the Colne Town Hall. However, if I can ask the mayoral party, who normally stand on the left outside the town hall, to stand on the right, just for the flags. And then it will be back to the Legion for refreshments and drinks. So first we'll go back to the marching down for the MP and the mayoral party at the front. Has anyone got any ideas how we can get around this?
Well, I think last year the problem was the police officer at the front who was walking much too slow, and we were nearly. It was terrible because we were walking so slow, and years before it's not been a problem for us. You know, we've walked at a good pace at the front, but it was because the police officer at the front was walking as if he was going to a funeral, you know, really, really slow.
Yeah, so that police officer, he came in at the last minute because the previous police officer who did it retired. So he really had no lead in. This year, I do not think we're going to have a police officer leading the parade, so it will be the mayoral party setting the pace. If I can just ask if anyone's having trouble with keeping up, you can always just step out of the parade at any time.
Jack, can I just ask, it's Dorothy Lord here, can I, well, not ask, but say, there was one year, and I'm not sure whether no, I didn't go last year, but I always march to the beat of the drum, and if that's missing, so am I.
Okay, well, unfortunately, you won't be here this year then, because we've got the exact same as last year. So we've got the speaker on the back of the quad bike. Last year, we did have problems where we had 4 or 5 songs, all at different cadences. So everyone ended up out of step. It was going from a slow march into Great Escape. Luckily, this year we've managed to get one track and just stretch it for the full 15 minutes. So it will just be a constant beat on the back of a quad bike.
That'll be helpful, because you were right, yeah. You were going slow, and then you were. I mean, we were all right, but the gentleman at the front, the police officer, he just went at the same slow pace as if it was a hearse that he was.
Yeah.
He was sort of leading, yeah.
So as long as the music's sorted, marching down, yeah, it shouldn't be an issue, because the police officer won't be there slow marching down. If I can just ask the mayoral party and whoever is involved at the front, just to be mindful of the marching troops behind them when they are walking. On the way back up, so normally the mayoral party stands on the left and the parade salutes to the mayoral party. I think we're doing ourselves a disservice if we do not salute towards the side where the flag is. So I don't think it's going to be too much to ask the mayoral party to stand on the right side of the road, because then we're saluting the flag rather than the mayor.
Jack, it might be helpful if you contact the mayor's secretary to pass that info on to her.
Okay, no problem, Nathan. If you just send us the details after this meeting, then.
Can you?
I've already
Do
sent
that.
it over to Fiona,
Okay,
so
okay.
she's already aware.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Other than that, I think we're all good. Does anyone have any questions about the day that I've not covered?
One point that's been a problem the last couple of years is people need reminding after the service at the cenotaph that the parade reassembles sort of back to front and goes and sorry, my brain's addled, reforms in reverse order, I think, and then marches back to the Legion, because it was a bit higgledy-piggledy the last couple of years.
Yeah, people just.
I think it's always going to be, because the majority of the public that show up, they don't have a lead in about the day. They're just going to bombast as soon as the event is over. So we're always going to have the trouble of there's a crowd and we need to disperse the crowd while trying to get people in. It's always going to be a nightmare.
Do you think it might be worth putting something on social media? You know, not everybody will see it, but some will and understand what they need to do.
We can definitely do that, and that's something I can chat with Nathan about. I can get the word in exact.
Yeah, yeah. Good.
Yeah, we'll push it out. We'll push it out maybe at the start of the week before Remembrance, so say maybe the Monday or the Tuesday, if that works with everyone.
I think the other thing as well, if it's on the bottom of the service paper, you know, parade reforms and goes back to the Legion. And if I've forgotten.
Not everybody gets one of
No,
those. So
but at least the people.
Yeah.
The people in the parade do.
Yeah.
And if I can't remember his name, whatever the vicar's called, it's a funny name, isn't it?
Alex.
Alex.
You know, maybe if he gets a chance, just remind.
Yeah.
It's not a major thing. It was and I think the difficulty here, difficulty is the wrong word. There are now more people attending than
ever.
The increase has been since I think sort of 1918. All the reminiscing, remembering the First World War. So I think that helped to build the crowds up.
Yeah, excellent.
From my
Just-
point of,
Good.
Sorry, go ahead.
well, just from my point of view, when it finished, when we'd laid the reason and the service has ended, and we turned round to find the parade, some of the people that, like the MP and they'd walked off quickly, and they just ran up to the town hall, and then we were stood there in the middle of the road waiting for some.
Does the
some people.
oh no, it's the mayor that gets in the car into
Yeah,
up to the
You know, we were
Okay,
waiting for
yeah.
a parade, and we were,
yeah.
and in the end, no other councillor or anybody else would come in to just wait till the soldiers were ready and they'd reformed. We just walked up basically
I
on
think
our own.
if there's any information to be passed around about that, maybe the MP should maybe get a note as well. Yeah, include him in, and then he knows then, and he does know.
I
he
think we
does
should
know.
tell the people in that parade who was outside the
War Memorial.
no, but when we're back up at Legion,
Oh yeah, yeah.
to tell them when it's finished, don't just wander away. They need to know that they should really go back up to the Legion.
Yeah, but that's their choice, isn't
Well, it is.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
last year there were nobody. We were just stood there waiting for.
Right.
They'd all either gone.
Right.
Some said, "I'm going home." Well, it's fair, but
Yeah,
some,
yeah.
But in the years past, they've always marched back up.
Yeah,
haven't they?
yeah.
And it's been missed for the last couple of years.
Yeah. I mean, people's circumstances change, don't they? I mean, I can't do the parade anymore, and I'd never missed it for 20 odd years, you know, and now I can't do it, which makes me sad. Jack, is there anything else?
Yes, so with the service sheets, obviously we're going to have some at the Legion and some down at the War Memorial on the day. Would you like them displaying anywhere else for people to collect, maybe during the week?
Yeah.
Yeah, people will be able to collect them from the town hall as well midweek. I can't really think of any other places where people could collect them
library.
from. Yeah, maybe the library and the market.
Yeah, if we go town hall and the library, maybe the market as well, and we put that in the message on that Monday, because we don't want people to collect the orders of service too early, because they'll just go in the bin or lost. So if we just do it on maybe the Monday, the Tuesday on that Facebook post, then it should be good.
Yeah, excellent. I mean, these are things we've never done before, and we've certainly never used social media for Remembrance Sunday, have we? Well, you won't remember, Nathan.
Sorry.
The bagpiper, Jack, where
Oh,
are you
yes.
watching him?
So he was actually there last year. He was standing with the band. Just confirm to me, is it AB band that you booked?
Yeah, it's AB Brass Band.
Right, in which case they'll have worked with him last year and the year before. I will contact him tomorrow. It does require £50, and you said that there's a chance that may be able to pay that through the council. Either way, I'll contact him, tell him that he's on, and I'll confirm to you once he's booked.
Yeah, no, that's
But
brilliant.
he'll be down standing next to the brass band, and he'll play just before the Rivale.
Yeah, no, that's fine. And the speaker that'll be on the back of the quad bike, we've upgraded this year. So it's 2 tannoy systems, so it'll definitely be loud enough for those at the back of the parade to make sure they can hear the beat of the music as well, which should help, hopefully.
Perfect. Well, a week before, I'll have a run through and a quick test of the speaker system. This weekend, I will burn the CD for the marching music and drop it off with you.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. Thank you.
No worries.
Alice.
I'm just thinking about the beginning of the parade. The guides are usually at the back, so we don't actually see what's going on at the front. Is it the MP that is the first person in the parade, or
No, I think it's the mayor.
or the mayor?
Yeah.
Do we not have somebody from the military there to set the beat, and also at the beginning when we come back?
Usually it's the mayor,
Yeah.
then the MP,
Mhm.
then the councillors, borough, then the town councillors. Now, I'm not sure after that. Do you know, Jack?
Yes, one sec. I have it open here. Just give us a second. As for the person at the front of the parade, it is normally the police. But I will be.
Sorry.
I will be keeping the pace. I'll be walking around and keeping everyone in line, hopefully.
Yeah.
So it is. Right, so it's the Civic Party, so leader of Pendle Council, Mayor of Pendle, RBL presidents and the reverends. Then we have 7 con councillors and members of Parliament for Pendle, then we have the veterans and military personnel, then we have the air cadets, followed by young people's organisations, members of the public, and Colne Fire and Rescue at the back. And I've had confirmation from Fire and Rescue that they will be supporting the day.
Mary,
Can I ask a question? Is it 3 abreast or 4 abreast when we're walking down?
good question.
So 2 years I've done it, it is 3 abreast.
Okay. All right. 3. 3. Okay, thank you.
That'll probably change a few times on the day. My head will be on fire, but let's say 3.
Okay, anything else?
Nothing from my side.
Okay, thank you very much, Jack. That's been really, really helpful.
Thank you. If you don't mind, I'm going to leave now, unless anyone needs me for anything.
No, that's fine. You are dismissed.
Thanks. Have a good night. Bye.
Thank you. Oh, that was useful. Yeah. All right. Right, item 8, Christmas in Colne. Nathan tells me today that Halloween and Christmas events are in the bag.
So the Christmas event, near enough everything has been done. So the poster's gone out, it's just in the background on social media. We put it out a little bit earlier this year just because there were other towns and parish councils that were starting to advertise theirs. And obviously we didn't want to get left behind. So the poster has gone out, which we've ordered some professional prints of those, which I've kindly asked Councillor Mann to go around the businesses and ask if we can put them up in the windows. We have got an extremely busy day for the Christmas event. So we've got the staging the stage is being dropped off at 9 a.m. And it'll be set up from 12 p.m. with live entertainment. We've got a variety of live entertainment on the stage, including comedy magic shows. Pendle, Hippodrome, Youth Theatre are going to do a bit of their nativity show that will be in theatre in January. We've got a range of live music, dance acts. We've got a sing-along live with the cast from Frozen, which I think will go down a treat with the little girls. The cast of Frozen, Disney Frozen. Yeah. So they'll be on the stage and they'll do all the songs off Frozen. So you get all.
All right. Are these people dressed up as all the characters?
They are, yeah. We've then got, after the parade, we've got the Helen Green Academy of Dance. We've then got a performance from Claudia Thompson, and she was on ITV Starstruck this year. Then we've got Josh Hindle, which obviously he was on Starstruck again. And then we've got Britain's Got Talent finalist Jasper Cherry, who was a magician. Josh is also comparing the stage all day long, which is agreed to do. And then obviously we've got the firework finale. Apart from the stage, we've got all sorts going on still. We've got Santa's Grotto in Colne Market, fun fair rides, a massive 50+ market stall, Christmas market, which we've now got some outdoor lights. So there'll be fairy lights running down the side of each side of the market to light it up. We've got craft activities. We've got send a letter to Santa Claus, where you'll fill in a letter, post it in, and you'll get a reply. We've got performances from the Clog Dancers, Barley Brass Band. We've got 2 face painters on the day. It'll be free. Donkey rides, Punch and Judy. We've got a giant snow globe that'll be free, but the company have agreed they will clean up after. We've got performance from Burnley Silver Alliance. We've got a Christmas photo booth where people will be able to say, like, put the props on, take a picture, and it'll send it to their mobile phone. But we'll also get a copy of all the photos, and they'll go on social media. We've got acrobatic elves that'll do performances in the street, obviously dressed as elves. We've got a Grinch that'll be walking around, still walking Grinch, and it'll be handing out Christmas hats to children. So hopefully there'll be a lot of Santa hats about on the day. We've got character meet and greet, so the The people that are doing the Frozen sing along, they'll also do character meet and greets throughout the day so that children can meet, obviously, the princesses. We are also looking at getting a superhero as well. I'm just waiting to have that confirmed. Then obviously we'll have the torchlit parade starting from the Crown. When it gets up to St. Bart's, there'll be carols in the church, but we'll also have a fire performer in the road there, obviously all fenced off, just so there's something there to catch everyone's attention. And then obviously it'll be up to the top for the rest of the stage show. We have got a videographer booked on the day, so they'll come and they'll be there all day and they'll film the full event, and they'll go away and obviously make an event after movie. He's also bringing his drone, so he'll put his drone up and get some really good footage of the fireworks and that sort of stuff. And then we will get also all the clips that he takes, as well as the event after movie, so we can use it for marketing for the following year. But yeah, it's looking like it's going to be a busy one.
You didn't mention Callum.
Oh yeah, so live music, we've got Callum Spencer, which was recommended by Dot, and then we've got Andrew Gilmore as well on the day.
Well, that's quite a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Two things. You didn't mention pantomime in that, or after last year, are we?
So there were quite a bit I didn't mention. I was just skimming through, but we have got the panto from the Muni. It's Cinderella.
Can I just ask slightly naughty question? I know there was an objection to the road closure by some people. Do we know what happened to that objection?
I'm not sure at the minute. I will speak with Pendleborough Council tomorrow and find out what the outcome were.
Because obviously that could put the tin hat on it, but as I understand it, the road closure was granted, and then this letter has gone in from certain people who I won't mention here, but I think we all know who they are.
I think perhaps we shouldn't really go down this line until we know the outcome of that.
Yeah, once we know the outcome,
Yeah.
it'll be absolutely fine. But they have granted the road closure. So for them to obviously then ungrant it,
I mean,
very
one
unlikely.
thing that Nathan can do now is to explain why the road closure is from that time, from the,
Yeah,
you know, if you want to explain that for anybody that's listening, watching.
yeah. So I can understand obviously where the concerns came from with the road closure, but this year obviously there's a lot more going on. The stage is in all day. Obviously, if the road's not closed, we can't put the stage there. And because there's a lot more entertainment happening throughout the day, the road closure is vital, because otherwise all the entertainment won't fit. If you were to use the car parks, obviously we don't want to close any more car parks, because then no one will have anywhere to park. So I think the road closure is very much justifiable this year, without a doubt.
I mean, the way I look at it is that anyone can get in and out into Colne. They may have to take a little diversion here and there, but you can get into Colne and you can park. Sorry.
Get here on a bus, because they'll just go
Well,
around
yeah,
the
yeah.
other way, won't they? Yeah.
People, as long as other people let them know, you know, if they've got a customer coming in, and they know they're coming, you know, if they let them know in advance what's happening,
Yeah.
hopefully they'll get here. I mean, you know, during the day, thousands of people will come into Colne,
Yes,
one
well,
way or another.
yes, and it's. I mean, we want, everybody thinks it's a wonderful event. That's why they all come, and it's just that our town is a linear town.
Yeah,
Other places can have it on
that's right.
town squares.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like
yeah.
in Burnley, in the precinct, and that way
Yeah.
it's already pedestrianised.
Yeah.
But we don't have that facility. But I shouldn't deny us having a Christmas event.
No,
You know, so
no. Alice,
Are we envisioning the gazebos to go down the main road? And if we are, have we got other provision for them if we do have the sort of weather that we had last year?
So we are looking at gazebos. We are hoping that it's not windy. We possibly can get the Market A frames from Barn Aldswick, but they are a pain to set up because they come in pieces. But it can be a measuring place if we need them. But yeah, so far we're looking at gazebos.
And I know one year we had a really large tent with everybody in there rather than the gazebos. Do you remember that? Don't know whether it was Christmas. Mm. So I don't know whether that's something that we can think of. No. Would you have like saying come to the town hall? Because I know that was sort of suggested last time and some people had heard that and some people hadn't. So to set up their stalls. If there is a real problem.
Yeah, so obviously last year, because of the weather, we did try to set up the stalls in the town hall, but to get 50 stalls inside the town hall, you'd struggle. But because there's nothing else happening in the town hall, you'd struggle to get the footfall. But I'm hoping that last year's wind was just a one-off, and this year it's nowhere near as windy. But
thing is, we can't, you know, as years have gone on, we can't tell. We can't tell these days what, you know, whether it's going to be windy in July or December or March, you know.
yeah,
So we just have to wing it, really. Whatever event we
It's
have.
just that obviously we as the guide movement were there, and if I'd have known that there was an opportunity to go somewhere else, then I probably would have gone. But it was only until after the event that some people said, oh, we went to the town hall. So if some sort of provision could be made, maybe there's quite a few market stalls empty. There's that sort of thing, or setting up in the library. It's just so that people who want to, because a lot of people decided, well, they weren't going to get the footfall, so they went, but others might have stayed.
I think people that have market stalls, outdoor market stalls, are probably quite used to this. And if they go to an event, whether it's windy or not, but it might be absolutely pouring down and nobody turns out, then they'll pack up and they'll go home.
Yeah,
you know.
So
So that's what
you
they
wouldn't
do.
actually have the 50 probably, but you'd have some that wanted to stay on. That's what I'm just sort of suggesting, that there was an option.
it's definitely something I will look into, just so if obviously the weather's not the best and people can't trade, I'll have a look to see if there's any alternatives. One thing I did forget to mention, we will be making it snow this year. So we have got 2 snow cannons which will be on the stage.
I suppose the easiest thing to do is nearer the time, if there are any empty stalls in the market, you know, they could go in there.
That's a good idea.
Rather than
And
come all the way down here.
seeing Stephen this week, so in fact
Same.
tomorrow, so I'll put that
Yeah.
to him. And
If it's
you
chucking
know.
it down or.
yeah,
you
it's a
know,
really good idea. Yeah. Thank you.
Can I just say one? There's so much going on. Can we make sure it's timed so that, like, people with little girls who want to go especially to the Frozen won't miss it, so they know when to come? Because some might not stay out the whole day, but they'll come to see certain things.
Yeah. So we've actually had a full event schedule done, which is what I was reading off here. And it does have the times on. We are getting a event program made where you'll have the poster front cover. You open it up and you've got your schedule. On the back, you'll have something about the sponsors, because we've kindly got sponsors from Coalition Facilities and Farmhouse Biscuits. And then that will open out, so you've got a map. So anyone that's not from the area can look at the map, know where everything is, and everyone's got times and locations, and there shouldn't be any issues.
Thank you.
Alice.
Sorry,
Alex?
Dorothy. Last year, you knew my sort of concerns about the torchlight procession. We're obviously going ahead with that. It was so much better having the whole road closed, and I'm assuming that that will happen. However, are we using the same company to do the stewarding? I ran up the procession last year and saw none of the stewards actually walking up. They all seem to be at the back or at the front, and I'm just still concerned about that. And then right at the end, it was good, rather than have that bottleneck as you go into St. Bart's, to actually put the torches out in the road. But they weren't really concentrating on people walking around them and taking their torches into town. And I was standing there, one or two people, I had to say, look, and it wasn't that they were doing it maliciously, they just had the torches and they were just walking up past the security. And I just felt that we hadn't got enough people that were actually in the parade watching. So yeah.
So it is the same security firm that we'll be using. However, we do have more security staff on this year. So we've got 7 for the parade. Last year it was 5. And I will mention to our contact at the security firm that obviously the concerns, but then obviously when they arrive on site on the day, they'll get briefed and they'll be told that you need so many in between, just so they can keep an eye on people holding torches upright. And we've got more buckets as well, so we can put the torches out a little bit more efficiently as well.
Yeah, I think 7 is much better than 5. Yeah, that's brilliant. Thank you for that.
And I think if any members of this committee want to be stewards on the night, then put your name down. Yeah.
I think if you do put your name down to be a steward, it would be good to have some sort of armband or.
Well, we've got
reflected.
jackets. We've
Yeah,
all got
yeah,
jackets,
yeah.
haven't we? With town council on the back. Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
got plenty of event hivers downstairs. I've just ordered some brand new ones, but as long as we're getting back, that's fine.
Right.
Can I just mention,
Well,
sorry, how many of these torches have we got left? Because we're hoping when they're all left, we can have a different.
We've got about 1,500 left. We've got about 1,500 torches and about 10,000 glow sticks. So it'll probably be this year and next, and then we can get rid of them.
when I first saw this in Kendal, a torchlight procession, they still do it today. In fact, it wasn't for Christmas. I don't know what it was, but it was on the news a couple of weeks back, and it showed them going through the town torchlight procession.
The ones you showed us from Kendal were a bit different. They had like a shield on it. They had the light, but they couldn't blow out, blow off.
No.
You know what I mean? It was a slightly different. It was made of the same material, but it had like a shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alice.
Last year we seemed to run out of glow sticks. So if we can have more boxes, that would be brilliant.
How many did you say you had?
We've got about 10,000. So I packed the box today of actual torches and glow sticks, and we've got about 4,000 in this one box. So if we run out, then I don't know what we're going to do, because I can't get any more in the box. But yeah, they have been packed. We've got a lot more in the box this year.
Okay. Nathan and I had a meeting with Anissa up in the town centre the other day, which was quite helpful. and that was about their positioning, the bid positioning of the Christmas tree. So if you want to chat about that.
So Anissa approached us whilst I were on annual leave about 2 weeks ago to ask if they could put the Christmas tree up in time for Switch On. And originally we did have the snow globe there, but I've managed to move that elsewhere. So we've said, yes, you can put the tree up, however you won't have the power source because we're already using it. And we've also said that due to the amount of people that will be in town, there needs to be people stood around the tree to make sure no one climbs on it. Because obviously you put 5,000 people in an area and someone will try and show off and climb up the tree, which they have agreed to do. And they are looking at getting a battery powered
And
generator.
it will be barriered off as well.
Yeah,
won't
so they're
it?
going to put
Yeah.
barriers around it as well, but there will be people from the bid just to make sure there's no one.
I mean,
messing around.
my worry about this Christmas tree, I mean, the reason we have a Christmas tree in the glass house tells you a lot. You know, we've got it in there because I think one year it either blew over or it was about to. But when we looked at the depth of where the Christmas tree is going, it's quite deep, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's about 6 foot, the hole. And then once the tree goes in, it's got bolts at either side. So it's anchored in pretty much. Yeah.
So have you got an update from Anissa today?
Yeah, so Anissa sent an email out today to everyone involved. That's the people they're getting the tree from, Coalition that are installing the tree, and the people that are decorating the tree. So they have got a date, which is the Monday before the Switch On. So she's still on the hunt for a battery powered generator, but that's it really. They've got an install date.
Good. Can I just thank Nathan for all this incredible work that he's done for the Halloween, for the Christmas event, for the Queen's Jubilee, for Easter, and anything else. Well, I'm just very proud of you, Nathan. You've worked incredibly hard, but you are only young, so that's on your side. All right, thank you. Right, events costings.
So
Have we all got a copy of this?
no,
Oh, nobody's got a
go
copy,
for it.
right? That's fine. That's fine.
So this year we've actually spent quite a lot of money on events, but we had a budget of £30,000, and we've actually spent near enough 55 because of the amount of income we've got. So Easter, we had a budget of £2,500, and we actually only spent £1,600 because we had nearly £1,000 in income. The Queen's Jubilee.
Yeah, the budget of
And the event actually cost £1,600 due to the amount of income we had. The Jubilee, we had some funding from the National Lottery. We got £5,075. So the expenditure of that event was in the region of 7,700, but due to the income from the traders, the fun fair and the funding from the National Lottery, the event actually cost us £1,600, which is a lot less than what we'd actually originally budgeted for. The Grand Prix, we had an expenditure of just shy of £15,000, but we had nearly £12,000 in income, so the event only cost us £3,300. But that was due to obviously the increase of costs because everything has gone up. Halloween, previous years we've only had £1,000 spent on Halloween. This year I had 3,500. We've actually spent 4,200, but we've got nearly £800 in income from the traders. So we're just on 3,500 for that event, which is good. Remembrance, we've got a budget of £2,000. We've only spent £1,800, which covers everything. And then Christmas, we used to have a budget of £7,000, whereas Christmas this year, we've spent quite a bit more. So we've spent £9,464, and we've bought £4,000 worth of kit for the event. That's stage kit, snow cannons, that sort of stuff. And we've still got about £8,000 left in the budget to spend, which, because everything's pretty much done for Christmas, it probably will go on kit that we can use for future years. Obviously, all the kit that we have bought this year, it's all stuff that will last for a minimum of 10 years. So we haven't got that cost in future years. So we can invest a little bit more into the events that we do next year and the year after.
Can we all agree that Nathan gets quite excited at Christmas time?
Said before, he's only young.
Yeah.
He still believes in Santa, I think. Who, of course, is real if any children are watching. That's because I got quite lost on the way. So the total budget was 30.
Yeah, so I think it were about 30,000 that we had in the budget. Yeah, so in the budget we had 33,240 in total. And we've actually spent, it's saying 56, which I don't think really adds up. It appears I've actually got two different figures here.
Do you want to come back to that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Is that all right, Howard? We'll just wait a few minutes.
What was, well, I mean, it'll do
Yeah.
later this week. Because
All
what I was just, I mean, presumably the difference is what's coming in sponsorship and fees and goodness knows what. So that's all I was trying to get a net figure for the whole.
So the net cost for all the events that we've done will be £25,395, which means we've got £8,000 left, what was actually budgeted. And then obviously the difference, which is about 22 grand, was from income from sponsorship and traders.
Sorry, that's all I was trying to get at, because I was getting the Easter one. I worked out easy, right? Yeah, but as you went down, I was getting that there were that many figures flying. And that's all I was trying to get at. So you don't have to spend the 8,000, by the way. You know, you can save it for a rainy day and spend it on something else.
There's always event kit that we can invest in.
Better
Can
now
I
than
just
later.
say,
Sorry.
it's really good because if Colin gets the people around know that it'll be a good event, you know, they might get somebody from telly or, you know, and every year it'll get better and better and more professional in a way. And then you'll get more people coming, won't you? So you'll, you know, all the town will benefit, the traders, the shops, and
Yeah, and it's
everybody.
building up a really good reputation,
That's
isn't it?
the
Like
thing,
you
yeah,
say,
yeah.
people will want to come
Yeah,
from far and
yeah.
wide. Yeah. Right. Item 10 is Makers and Bakers Market.
So the Makers and Bakers Market was a market that we was doing in collaboration with Colne Market. We was doing them on the second Saturday of every month from April through to September. The first two were quite successful with 20 plus traders, but then the ones in June and July slowly started to decrease in the number of traders attending. And then August and September, we unfortunately had to cancel due to there not being enough traders to cover costs for the gazebo installation. However, we did actually make some money on those. So we made about £600 on the 4 markets that we did. That's after we've took off the gazebo installation cost, and which also means that the market made the same as well. So it was partly a success, but obviously, like I say, towards the end, we had to cancel the last 2.
Alice?
I spoke to a few traders, and one of the comments was there needs to be something for the children to do. If the children are doing something, then adults will come and have a look at stalls and perhaps buy. And also perhaps the atmosphere of a busker. I know at one market there was a busker, but he didn't stay for that long. And those sorts of things might draw the crowd, but I suppose it depends on the weather and all sorts of things.
When you say something for the children to do, what kind of thing?
Well, a stall that's got games or colouring or is something that will get the children doing something just so that they are occupied while the parents go and have a look at the fudge stall or
Okay.
Or a little roundabout.
little roundabout, yeah.
I think the problem was, unless there's something going on, people are less likely to come out, which obviously does make sense. But to put something on for the children, it's an extra cost, which the idea of the market was to generate a bit of an income for the market. Like even to put a children's ride on for free, costs you £500 for the day. You can put craft activities on, but it'll only pull a couple of children in to do them. So I think the reason we struggled is because it was just a market. There was nothing else going on. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Right. Where are we? Item 11 should be an update from the bid, but Anissa's sent her apologies. Do we have an update? Yeah.
So as the Colne bid manager has sent her apologies, she has sent me a update. So they've said that the Food and Drink Festival was a success, and they are now looking at a date for 2023, but that is on the condition that the bid gets voted back in. The PR and marketing for the Soapbox Rally will start this week, and entries will open as well. They have put an application in for some funding for the Light Festival, which they're looking at the 2nd Saturday of March next year. I think that was it from the bid.
Thank you. And I must admit, the market on Saturday was, to me anyway, a huge success. They were very, very fortunate with the weather. It was a beautiful day and people were just happily wandering around. There was a lot of people eating stuff that they bought off the market, and it was really, really nice. It really was, yeah. So well done to them. Yeah. Mary?
We were still on our holidays, and so it's good that update. I wonder how we did at the town hall, because we had the town hall open, didn't we?
So the town hall tours were extremely popular, as always. I think any time we open the town hall with Jeff Cranberry, it always goes down a treat. It's even better that the stained glass windows now been fitted, so he was showing off with that. We was doing scones and refreshments, which wasn't as busy, but obviously just getting people into the town hall and showing them around was the real aim, really. But the town hall was busy in regards to tours.
How many people do you think came through the doors?
I'd probably say about 200, 250.
Well, that's good, yeah. Alice,
Yeah, I heard that the town hall tour was brilliant. So I give thanks to Jeff. I don't know whether we give him anything as a thank you. So that would be quite nice to do. But it was thank you.
I put a letter in the post this afternoon to thank him for his involvement. I think he's just really happy to show off the town hall and the history of the town.
Give him a freeman, so you know he can drive his sheep up and down the main street when he wants.
excellent. Right, items for next month's agenda. No? Okay. Sorry? I can't hear you, Mary.
Will we have a meeting before Remembrance?
No.
No, the next meeting now, it'll be January. There's not a date confirmed yet, but it'll be January.
Is here we have to get in a DeLorean, drive it down the main street at 90 miles an hour and go back a few months to July 2022.
That was an error on my side, so I do apologise.
Alice,
Can we have a discussion about Alkincoats Park and what sorts of events we might do there in the future?
on the agenda, yeah?
Yeah, so at the next meeting, you'll have a list of dates for next year's events. It's also been suggested about doing 2 fun days in Alkincoats Park next year, which I think will be a big success. But like I say, it'll definitely be on the agenda for next time. Future events, 2023 events.
And the date and time of the next meeting to be confirmed. Which is when?
To be confirmed, to be announced.
Oh, okay, yeah. Right, okay. So that's the end of the meeting. Thank you for attending.